All right, thank you, Mike. Well, it is Money Monday here at KMIR-6, and we are talking back-to-school budgeting.
And here to discuss how to keep your budget and your costs down as your kids head back to school is KMIR-6 contributor Brant Kuhn. Good morning, Brant.
Good morning.
Brant is with Integrated Wealth Management. Thank you so much for joining us. So, first question, how do parents budget for all the back-to-school expenses that they have?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them, and I just read a statistic that the National Retail Federation says it's about $600 per kid per year just to send your kid back to school. So it takes a lot of money, and you really have to figure out how much you have in order to make that happen.
And you said there are ways to kind of organize yourself as a parent, just simple pen and paper? Yeah,
pen and paper, or if you're good on Excel, break out that Excel program and start to put together a budget and a pie chart. You can even get the kids involved by budgeting with them, especially giving them a clothing budget or something like that. You don't even have to put a dollar sign on it if you're worried about money, but you can draw those slices of pie to tell them how much things cost, and that just starts to get that budgetary process going and a little financial literacy too.
And sometimes we think back to school supplies, pen and paper, oh, that's going to cost a couple bucks, but it is important to actually think about every little thing that you're going to spend on when your kid goes back to school.
Especially the big ticket items. We're seeing a lot more iPads or big electronic items being necessary, also textbooks. So not paying full retail price for textbooks or those sorts of things can really help out on the budget.
Yeah, those graphic calculators, those are like $100, right?
Well, and then sometimes they don't tell you, maybe one class has a particular model, but then you're going to move on to the next class, and that last particular model doesn't do all the functionality of the next one. So maybe start thinking about what's the calculator I'm going to need for the next 3 or 4 years, especially in high school.
Now, what about if you're a parent and you have children that go to elementary school, for example, and they say, I want an iPad. So you're going to drop, $700 on an iPad. As a parent, how do you determine, is it worth the money? Do your kids need it for their education, or is it just going to be wasting money?
Yeah, it could be games or those sorts of things, but you can check out refurbished. A lot of times, like Apple has refurbished products that you can buy right on their website, so they go through kind of like buying a certified pre-owned car, if you will. It goes through their checks, so you can go on their website and check those out and maybe save some dollars and still make your child happy.
Oh, good idea.
And I like what you said earlier, that you don't have to buy it all at once. If you're talking supplies, clothes, whatever, get the necessities, right? And then come back later for the extras.
Yeah, especially, a lot of times schools don't send out the list like they used to, and the kids get them in the first week. So don't go on the spending binge before you go back to school just to buy a bunch of stuff that you didn't necessarily need to buy.
I'm sure prices would probably come down too.
Exactly, yeah.
That's true. Now, the other thing, of course, it's Labor Day, and so, all of us working, it's a good time to think about goals for yourself. So what are you going to do with that money? And you said you have some tips on that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Try and stick to that budget, see if you can come under budget for school supplies, and then start to apply that for other things as well, credit cards or retirement funds or education funds. We're seeing the cost of college go up significantly, and the sooner you can start saving with that child in elementary school, it's going to mean a lot, the difference down the road.
Finally, how is that jobs market right now?
We're seeing, it's a little bit better going on. We're supposed to get a report at the end of this week on how August did, and then probably redoing some numbers from a couple weeks ago. So looking stable, hopefully a little promising on the upside.
That's good news.
Good news.
Brant, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we do have Integrated Wealth Management's information on your screen, so you can contact them at the number on your screen. They also have offices in Palm Springs and Palm Desert, so go visit them with any financial questions you have.